Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me here. My name is Heather. I am your herbalist, medical intuitive, and farmer. I am the founder of Enchantment Apothecary, which is a herbal apothecary making potent herbal extracts in the form of tinctures, salves, teas, and other delicious things for us to have nature-made nourishment from nature-made vitamins that are going to provide a solid source of nutrients, vitality for your body. And I grow most of my herbs at my farm. I do some foraging in the mountains surrounding the farm as well. But what I want to dive into today is what is a supplement in the form of a tablet or a capsule or even a liquid in some circumstances, what that is versus what is an herbal supplement, and what is something made from nature versus what is something made in a lab. And I'm on this past couple weeks because I'm seeing a lot of people who are like, I take my supplements and they have like these lab-made, lab-created synthetic forms of calcium, vitamin C, ascorbic acid, which is huge right now, and that dietary supplements that are manufactured in a lab. So you're getting ascorbic acid, you're getting calcium and magnesium in their raw form straight out of the earth or straight up made in a petri dish. There's lots of others. Vitamin D is another huge culprit in the form of raw manganese, selenium, etc. Your body is not able to fully recognize these nutrients, even though they may come from the earth. When they're in their raw form, our bodies are not prepared to take calcium as a rock, break it apart to assimilate it into our body to be used and to be useful. Plants, when they take these minerals and these vitamins and make them into the plant chemicals and constituents, when they take them out of the soil through their roots when they're being watered, they are breaking these rock mineral formations into nutrients that are bioavailable to the human body. Plants and us, we don't only share the oxygen carbon dioxide exchange, they are making nutrients for us to be nourished, similar to how proteins in animals are being made to nourish us and other animals, fats as well. We are all in relationship in this way, and when humans are working with the earth in a harmonious, beautiful, mindful way, we are also providing nourishment for these plants and animals, and it becomes a whole cycle. So man-made, lab-created nutrients of all forms. There's lots of lab-created foods that are becoming available. Our bodies do not understand what to do with this substance. It goes into the body, and in regard to vitamin C, when you take ascorbic acid at 1,500 milligrams, for instance, you're taking that in, yes. It's being broken apart in the stomach, yes. The body doesn't know what to do with it. You might be absorbing 10% of that 1,500 milligram dose, okay? That equates to 150 milligrams. The rest of that 1,500 milligrams is being excreted through the urinary tract. This is very specific for water-soluble vitamins and minerals. They are not going into the body in their full force. You're not getting the therapeutic dose that you are paying your hard-earned money for. Now, vitamin C is a huge one, especially in our times. And that's why I wanted to start with it, because it's a hyper one, it's very nourishing to the immune system. It's a part of how our immune system actually thrives and functions. And when we are buying synthetic ascorbic acid, when we're finding it in our food as a preservative, because it is used as a natural form of preservation in some shelf-stable foods, you're going to see it in ingredient lists. It's not one that's necessarily causing harm, but you're not getting the full effect of what you bought into. And that is, with vitamin C, a part of the problem. We're taking these vitamin C supplements that are ascorbic acid, and we are not ingesting the amount we are after to really amp up that immune system response. So when we take a vitamin C that is in a plant form, rose hips, stinging nettles, dandelions have a lot of vitamin C in them. Even blueberries, raspberries, the darker fruits that hold a lot of antioxidants. Fireweed is another source of vitamin C that I love that's in the forest. Most mints have a substantial amount of vitamin C in them as well. When we are ingesting plants through extraction, okay, so we're either doing a cold infusion, we're doing an overnight infusion, we're doing a quick 4-minute steep of a teacup, we're taking a vinegar extract, we're making an oxymel, which is a honey and vinegar extract. Any of these forms, when we are taking a fresh plant, putting it into a menstruum, or a dried plant that has been dried very specifically in a fermentation process, we are getting all of the vitamin C that is available from that plant. Where maybe these nature-made nutrients have a lower dose. So instead of your 1,500 milligrams from your ascorbic acid, you're getting maybe 75 milligrams, maybe 100 in a very highly concentrated extract. You are absorbing that entire 100, that entire 75 milligrams into your body to be used to enhance your immune system. You're not excreting any through the urinary tract. And then when we take that throughout the day, we're constantly giving our body another dose of vitamin C to nourish and encourage healthy functioning of our immune system. Vitamin C is available in lots of plants, as we know. We're told to eat oranges and bananas even. But when we take it a step further to understand what we're getting per amount, when we're eating something like rose hips, or we're taking an herbal infusion of rose hips or an oxymel or a vinegar extract, we are getting much higher doses of vitamin C, wild harvested even higher, because the plants are stressed out in the forest. They're not getting nurtured like they are in a garden. They're thriving through adversity. That increases a plant's stress responses, that amplifies up to 40 times its chemical constituents. This is where we are getting true nature-made nutrients that nourish our nature-made bodies. And I cannot say more than now, more than ever, we need to be aware of where our dollars are going. What is in the foods we are eating? What is in the supplements we are taking? It is much more than just the caloric intake or the supplement facts label. We take it a next step further and we go to the ingredients, or as we're reading the supplement label, depending on how it's set up, we are looking at the source of the vitamin C. We're looking at the source of the calcium, the B vitamins, etc. This tells you if you are getting something that is from the earth, from nature, from a farm, from the forest, from a small batch herbalist, from a very mindful corporate company. When you look at the actual ingredients and the source of the vitamins, that is really what matters versus your milligram dose. Recommended daily allowance RDA on the supplement facts is also as important as knowing the source, because when you're taking a certain percentage of your recommended daily allowance, we want to know where we are at in this schedule, because that will tell us if we're just maintaining our intake of nutrients, or if we are looking for a therapeutic dose for an acute situation when we're sick, when we feel like we've been exposed to any sort of sickness, how much we can ramp up that dosage to really have a therapeutic effect on our bodies. Calcium is another one I like to get into alongside vitamin D, because these are minerals. Vitamin D is a vitamin, but it is fat soluble. That means it is stored in the body. And these vitamins, these minerals, calcium especially, is a huge one, because we are told to take calcium to prevent long-term conditions like osteoporosis, other bone degenerative issues, and so that we are building bones. So we are building structure within our bodies that is solid and long-lasting. Vitamin D is another one. Not only does it support the immune system, it is supporting your mood, it is supporting your hormone functioning, it's supporting the vitality of your brain, it is supporting so much more than we even understand. One of the best places to get it, of course, is the sun, but those of us living in the northern hemisphere or further south of the equator, we don't have the sun exposure in the correct angle in the sun for the correct amount of time during the day to really absorb enough vitamin C from that sun exposure in the winter months. And taking a supplement of vitamin D is another thing that's hyper at this moment, because it is important for our immune system functioning and the functioning of our cells in our bodies. So vitamin D, synthetic calcium, or calcium that is raw rock form is not available for our bodies to uptake it as a nutrient. It becomes something that your stomach breaks down, it goes into the small intestine, we don't know what to do with this, we don't understand what it means, it does not connect, send it off to the liver, who then sends it off to its place where it theoretically should go, and it sits in the body. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of studies showing in a scientific research setting that these synthetic or raw varieties of calcium are causing osteoporosis early on, before it is expected of a normal, natural life. These three are the top culprits in the supplement industry that are a complete waste of your dollars, as well as a complete waste of production. We're wasting plastic in the bottle, we're wasting manufacturing, we are wasting so much of our resources into these synthetic vitamins and minerals. They are also sometimes causing harm. This is why nature-made nutrients that nourish our nature-made bodies are the best option for all of us to be taking as our dietary supplements and understanding where they come from. I'm going to get into why I like to extract a lot of my nutrient-based tinctures in vinegar. Apple cider vinegar with the mother, always with the mother, organic as well. We are going to experiment with making our own apple cider vinegar this coming season. I am very excited about that. Tried some last year and it was amazing. But why I like to work with vinegar is because vinegar is an amazing nutrient, water-soluble nutrient, fat-soluble nutrient, and mineral absorber. When we are making a tincture with vinegar as our menstruum, we are allowing the vinegar to go into the plant material, break all of the chemicals, specifically the vitamins, minerals, and fat solubles and water solubles. Some of the alkaloids are extracted as well, but the vinegar going into the plant material is breaking apart those of the nutritious factor of a plant. And that, to me, as an herbalist who wants to nourish your nature-made body with nature-made nutrients, is a vital component of this apothecary. I have my digestive bitters here. We have 3 main digestive bitters: Mahonia Mountain bitters, Teton Fire Cider, and Nettle Dandelion Vitamin Vinegar bitters. These are all made with fresh plant material that are then extracted via organic with the mother apple cider vinegar. We are getting all of the nutrients out of these plants as they sit in the menstruum. They're shaken weekly with vigor and prayer, and they are broken apart by a menstruum that is grabbing specifically the water-soluble nutrients of the plants, the fat-soluble nutrients of the plants, and the slightly water-soluble alkaloids of these plants. A little bit of the volatile oils come through as well. So for instance, with our nettle dandelion vinegar bitters, you are getting a passive detox from chlorophyll that is extracted in this mix. You are getting all of the survival components of stinging nettle. Stinging nettle, Urtica dicosa, is known in wilderness survival that you could find a patch of nettles if you were lost in the woods, and you could live, you could sustain yourself enough to get out of an emergency situation. Enough to climb another mountain to try and find a roadway. Enough to get yourself down off of a space where you may be in a survival situation in the wilderness. Every single component of the stinging nettles that is a survival food that is nourishing your nature-made body with nature-made nutrients is in the nettle dandelion vitamin bitters. I love that one. I take it every single day, and I take 3 milliliters in the morning straight to my mouth from the bottle so that I am getting a boost of vitamins and minerals from my plant allies. You will love this vinegar bitter just as much as I do. You will feel vitality rushing through your body, and you will feel connected to nature in a very new and glorious way. I take it every day. I take 3 milliliters in the morning. That is about 3 droppers full. All of our droppers are graduated so that you can see exactly how much of the nutrients you are taking in. And I love that blend so much. The passive detox is super cool as well. Teton Fire Cider is a traditional fire cider recipe, but with no honey. No honey. I love honey. We're going to talk about the superfood magic of honey in another video, but Teton Fire Cider has no honey because I wanted it to be focused on the digestive system with the vinegar and with the that are in this blend. You're getting all of the water solubles again because we are using vinegar as our menstruum. I love our Teton Fire Cider. It brings circulation to my fingers and my toes when we are in calving season in the winter, which we are right now. And the fire cider helps me to stay outside all day long, working with our cows, having babies, being on horseback in the wind of Wyoming. Mahonia Mountain Bitters is another favorite in the apothecary, not only by me, but by my customers and my clients. This one is mainly featuring Oregon grape, rhizome, and leaf. I do not harvest the taproot of the Oregon grape because that is highly damaging to the plant that is very sensitive. The rhizomes have just as much of the berberine that we're after in the Oregon grape. And come to find out, berberine as an alkaloid is soluble in vinegar as well. So we're getting the berberine, anti-inflammatory components, the components of berberine that talk to the liver and the gallbladder to help concentrate bile. Therefore, we're breaking down fats and proteins better in our body, eliminating heartburn, indigestion, and acid reflux. My goal with this is to get people off of Tums and Prilosec, and I am not afraid to say that. This also has dandelion root in it for another prime bitter herb and all the nutrients that are coming out of these plants. I love this blend so much. If you have an overactive, upset, hot digestive system, Mahonia Mountain Bitters is for you. Those are my 3 bitters that I make. They are excellent, they are effective, they are nourishing, and they are also encouraging to your nature-made body, soaking up every piece of the nature-made nutrient that is in these digestive bitters. What I have formulated in these 3 bitters especially, I have tons of other nutrients. All of the links are down below in the description. Please remember to like and subscribe and share this video if you feel called, to all of your plant-loving friends. I am so honored to be your herbalist, and I will see you in the next video.